Welcome to Katarina's Infamy episode number 4. I am the infamous Katarina Lee, and I won't say the hostess thing again, which, by the way, you can thank Alan Partridge for. So anyone who spotted that, congratulations, you won nothing. Also, the feedback for last episode has been amazing, especially for my rap video, as it were. Although reviews have been slightly mixed. Comments on my YouTube channel. The Shirty says, please don't rap again. Can't think why. Tyson20 says the rap was epic. Haha, did not expect that. And the MT Omar reviews even says, you're a better rapper than John Cena. Well, if that isn't a judgment of faith, I don't know what is. So thank you for that. Anyway, as we're on the comments, let me read out the Tyson20's comment in its entirety because I think it's rather snazzy sounding. Gotta say I'm really enjoying these episodes so far. The rap was epic. Haha, did not expect that. You know, this hot topics and drugs in general reminds me of a good quote. Drugs are not necessary when one is swept up and captured by the genius of human culture. I won't pretend to know exactly what he meant by that, but I think it has something to do with being in tune and in love with art and the miracles of this wondrous world. The hot topic for the day and the question on everybody's mind, what did I think of Wrestlemania? Well, I have to admit that I did not watch it myself. Not out of snootiness, I was supposed to. I was invited to 3 different parties, god damn it, but I was involved during the time at a table read for a film that I'm going to be in called Adam 8. Watch out for more updates for that on my Twitter and Facebook. So I didn't see it, but I did do my research and I have the results right here, and so I'm going to just tell you what I thought. I'm going to either say I thought it was famous or infamous, and you can figure out which one of those 2 things is good. Okay, so the dark match, I guess, was Wade Barrett versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. The Miz won. That's obviously famous. I do love The Miz. I think he's tremendous. I've always loved him and his character. But I think that he's been on top of the game for so long, and Wade Barrett is sort of, he's pushing up. You know, his star is risen but still rising, and so I think that, you know, why not let him just continue? Anyways, the Shield versus Randy Orton, Sheamus and The Big Show. The Shield won. That's obviously infamous, seeing as a lot of you might know that I'm obsessed with Dean Ambrose somewhat. The man is clearly insane, which makes him hot to me, so go figure that one out. Anyway, I'm happy about that result. Ryback versus Mark Henry. Mark Henry won. That I find famous. I deem that famous because I don't think that Mark Henry needs that win, and Ryback, I think after his monster push, and if he's going to be one of the guys carrying the company, I think that could have really, you know, solidified him a nice win at WrestleMania. I think that would have been nice. Daniel Bryan and Kane, Team Hell No versus Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. Team Hell No wins. That's obviously famous because I love Dolph Ziggler and everything he does, and therefore I think that he should just basically win every single match that he's in. So that's that. That's famous. Then Chris Jericho versus Fandango. Fandango goes over. Of course, that is a infamous and epic win. I think Fandango is great and has it in him to be the, next Dolph Ziggler. I think that Fandango has the same tendencies, you know, sort of cheesy douchebag, you know, in person, and then in the ring just totally vicious but super great at what he does. Undertaker versus CM Punk. Undertaker wins. I think that is infamous. I was a little on the fence about that one initially, but I think that the streak is just so strong. It's like, I don't think you can break that streak now. It's just 21 WrestleManias. I think that's If you break it now, it's going to be anticlimactic, regardless of who it is. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. Triple H wins. Famous. I haven't really been following the build-up so much, so it's hard to, you know, judge a finish on just the people involved. But seeing that Brock Lesnar has just come back so recently, I think that him, you know, getting a couple of big wins under his belt wouldn't be bad if they're planning on using him, you know, going forward. Cena versus Rock. Cena wins. I say, I think that could have gone either way. I don't think really it makes a difference. On the other hand, I didn't really watch that build up either, so again, this is another match where it's hard for me to judge, because the two people alone doesn't matter to me. Same. They're kind of the same to me. And what is with the not being a girls match? Again, that is famous. Bad WWE. So that's that for Wrestlemania post-dictions, as it were. And now, let's move on to the infamous Army of Boys. Welcome to the infamous Army of Boys pinboard. It is time once again to induct another member. This could be our most infamous member yet. Find out why when I read his letter. Hey Kat, I should totally be in your army of boys because after seeing you in the WWE, I decided to follow Katie Lee's fine example. She made incest acceptable for so many in the small English villages across the country. Me and my sister are eternally grateful and would like to announce we are pregnant. We would love to see you at your wedding. We couldn't have done it without you. As always, loving your gorgeousness, your vids rock my socks off. XXX. P.S. What's with the plant? Well, what's more infamous than incest and more deserving of being on my infamous pinboard? Also, a wedding invite. Who doesn't want to get invited to a wedding? You ask what's with the plant. I can only assume you mean this beautiful bouquet of dead roses. Well, it's some flowers a friend of mine gave me. A lady friend, actually, but nothing infamous about that. Also, a prop in my upcoming short film, Lucille Means Light, which I will keep you updated on. But let's not get off topic. This is the induction of Andy. Andy, oh, I better show you a picture. Drink responsibly. And let's put you right here. And so, sorry I stabbed your head a little bit then, but you look perfectly happy about that, so that's good. I want to send you my button, my infamous Army of Boys button. Please email me your address so I can send that out to you, and welcome, and thank you for making my infamous pinboard even more infamous. Well, that was it. Another brilliant episode of Katarina's Infamy is in the can on your screens at home. Again, if you want to get involved, tweet me at Katarina's Infamy. Email me info@katarinasinfamy.com and snail mail me 4804 Laurel Canyon Boulevard, Suite 371, Studio City, California 91607. And I very much look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.